What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Austin Show. Today we're looking at the Mattel Creations WWE Ultimate New Generation ring. So this is a ring they did through Mattel Creations that you had to back it, so kind of like a Kickstarter, and it was $250. And I think for what we're going to get here, I feel this pretty reasonable, and there were a bunch of bonuses added on since they got so many backers and everything. So we got some extra figures and extra like ring designs and stuff. So this is going to be really cool. Of course, it's in this giant box with the lit up W for WWE, and so it has the design based off the new generation. And I'll go ahead and spin the box around here. I don't know if there'll be much on it. Yeah, just some designs there. So there's some of the figures we get. So we get a Diesel and Doink we'll have to look at. We get the entrance sign there. So there's the W that we had on the front of the box. And then we have the ring that has the WrestleMania skirt on it. And then down at the bottom, we have some of the tiers that were unlocked. So with each tier of the backers, we got different things. So we got the ring and of course everything just unlocked with the first tier. And then we got some extras unlocked with the second tier and then some ring design bonuses. And then we also got an additional Macho Man figure. It's not included in this box. It says it'll ship out later, but it is also in this set that unfortunately we won't have at this point in time. But I was hoping to show it off with this set, but unfortunately we don't have it. But this thing looks really cool and I'm super excited. It looks big and ginormous. This box is huge. It's heavy, and just from opening the box and what I've seen inside, it looks really cool. So let's take a look on the inside. So this is what we see opening the box. You can see we have the background entrance that's going to light up. So we'll have to get some batteries put in this so we can look at that. That'll be cool. Then it looks like first up here we have what look to be like steps and some additional accessories. Yeah, we got some of the steps and stuff in there, so we'll have that. And then from there we can go and take the entrance out. Looks like we even have like cloth design stuff, so again we'll look at this in more detail. But it looks like this just sits in a cardboard tray thing that we can slide out. And then it also looks like we have stuff at the top of the box. I'm not sure what's in here. So it slides out separately, so it looks like it's part of the ring, some sort of interest. There's like plugs and stuff inside there, so I'm not sure exactly what these are. Maybe like sides of the ring, not exactly sure. But what's really cool about this set is that with the ring you actually do build it, so it'd be cool to build. So we can slide out this first tray and then see the figures underneath. So down in here we have our figures. So we got our Diesel figure, and these are the ultimates, so they're like better articulated, more accessories and stuff. So the ultimate figures, so we've got Diesel there, which looks really cool. Of course we'll look at it in more detail. There's the back of the box and everything. Of course him being a part of the new generation fits for this ring, and this was the basic figure that was included with this set. And for getting more backers, we also unlocked the Doink figure, so getting an ultimate version of Doink here, which is cool. Always a fun character. His different like faces and hair designs, some accessories in there as well. So this looks really cool. Again, another figure we'll have to take a look at. And then it looks like in the bottom we have more stuff, so probably more ring accessory. It just says accessories there, but it feels like a mat or something. It's like a soft material there. And then we have this piece that looks like more ring designs because there's like some blue plastic, so probably part of the ring. And in this back box, let's see, we could open up. So there's the ring and the assembly and stuff like that. We can see different parts of the rings and how to put it together and everything, all the instructions. So overall everything about this just looks really cool. And then it looks like there's even a section under here, so we take this top tray out. So then under there it looks like we have some thin pieces. So it looks like we have pieces of our ring. So this is like part of how the ring's made with the wooden plates, but obviously this is just a plastic. But that's cool. We'll have to, lay that across the ring. Looks like there's a couple pieces here. And then it looks like we also have the ring skirting, so like our extra pieces. So they're a nice like fabric material. Of course we'll look at up close and everything, but you can just see the fabric in there and touch the material. It's a nice material. So that feels like it's going to hold up pretty well. So it looks like that is it for the bottom of the box. So we have all this stuff now. So we'll have to get the ring assembled. We'll have to put batteries in the entrance, and we'll take a look at those figures as well. So let me get everything out of the box and we'll take a look at that. So here is the ring all together, and as you can see, it's huge. It's taking up my entire table, so from the front edge of the table all the way to the back. So this thing is huge, and it looks really cool. It's such an awesome ring. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get the size of this ring, like what the dimensions are supposed to be. To me, it probably looks about like, I know the rings in real life are supposed to be 20 by 20, but I don't know if this is like a 1/6 scale, so it'd be 20 inches across, but it's got to be pretty close. But I know the wrestlers aren't 1/6 scale because they're more of like a 7-inch scale. Like I said, I didn't get the dimensions, unfortunately, but this thing looks awesome. So of course you can see the middle of the ring, and as I kind of showed you going through the box, we did have to build the ring, and unfortunately I can't show it to you, but underneath the canvas here we do have these big plastic slats that are designed like wood board, and with actual wrestling rings they put a really thin padding of like a floor padding or something, and then they put the canvas material on top, which is what you see here, which for this ring it's like a velvety like felt material, like a real cheap material you've seen probably a lot of times in your life. I can't really describe it, but it's almost like a felt, but it's just a really cheap material, but it's got this nice like bluish white tint to it, so it looks really cool. It looks just like the rings actually do, and it has a nice soft feel to it, but it's nice the way it's designed, the way that you hook it under the ring. It makes it real nice and taut so you don't have any wrinkles or anything. So the only major downside we've seen is that with those floor planks, there are 3 of them across, so I don't know if you'll be able to see if I push down. I doubt it's going to show, but if you kind of push down, especially in the middle, you can see that separation. So we have a line, so right like here in front of my finger there's one, and then in the back section too. So we unfortunately have those like separations in the boards, so if you put something in here and it pushes down, you have to deal with that. But then otherwise it's mostly like a normal ring. So we do have trusses underneath, which again I won't be able to show you very well, but you can kind of see under there. We do have some supports, which one fell out, so we have like these supports that go all the way in the center, so it helps keep the ring sturdy. So we have these supports that go under there and little peg pieces, which like I said, it's hard to kind of show under here. Maybe I can lift it up. So lifting it up, you can kind of see some of the pieces, like the plastic board pieces under there, and then all the supports. And again, one of them fell out, looks like at the very far in there. You can see on the side where the canvas hooks underneath there, which is really cool. So just a fun, awesome thing to see under the ring. And also we have the ring skirting on the side. So this one we just chose the regular like WWE with the red, white, and blue logos and World Wrestling Entertainment, just to match the ropes with the red, white, and blue. And this fits more for the Raw design because that's the sort of ring they use for there. Where we also got other skirtings you could use. So you could use in your house, which of course started in the New Generation era. So it has the WWE logos and then the in your house there. And then we also have WrestleMania. So we have WrestleMania, and this design wise looks more like the WrestleMania 9, just with the colors and design and everything, which fits because that was the 93 WrestleMania. So it kind of fits perfectly in this time period. So that looks pretty good. And again, you have 4 of each that you can put on each side of the ring, but we just chose the one to make it look more like a Raw ring. So we have those designs all the way around. The ones on the far sides here look a little bit different. They have the red, white, and blue W's, but just all the way across. So we have those 2 across there, and then the same one in the front is also in the back. And then we have the red, white, and blue ring ropes. So again, like WWE used back in the day. So that's why we chose the skirting, because it had those ropes. We have the turnbuckles, which you can see across there have the W's on each of them, and they are these soft like little padding things, almost like cotton balls or something, that are stuck on the end, which are pretty cool that they have that design. And then of course we have the corner post that they hook into, and it's just a pretty neat design overall. So it was very similar to like building an actual wrestling ring, obviously much simpler and easier, but it's pretty cool that it kind of gives you that experience for people like us, you know, that haven't been in the wrestling business, but I've seen videos and stuff. So I know overall it's pretty similar, obviously much easier, but like I said, gives you somewhat of that design of building an actual ring. So overall this was really cool. And then we got more accessories of course included. So we have the ring. So first for the ring we have some steps. So we get some blue steps, which are like the steel grating diamond plating, which are cool. So we have the 2 separate pieces, so just like we see nowadays where the guys rip the steps apart and then throw them and use them as weapons and stuff. So we have the steps here, and they even have the handles so the guys can grab onto them. We have those steps there that we can hook in. Of course I don't really have anywhere to hook them in to show you, but you can just kind of put them against one of the corner posts here, so it can just kind of hook in like that over here. And as I shown, also accessory wise we got the entrance. So we have the New Generation era entrance, which looks really cool, this awesome design. So we have nice curtain design for the wrestlers to walk into. Of course this was their entrances back in the day, so very cheap and not as elaborate as they are nowadays, but it does look really cool. So you can see it's pretty much just a square design with the big WWE logo on top, of course was WWF back in the day, and then had the lights on the side, and then like I said the curtain. So it's very cool, has this big awesome design, has these little pieces on the back to help it stand, and then it is battery operated, so we have the compartment and battery options and stuff there. So we have the on off switch and then the button to switch out the light designs. So if we just go ahead, and I already have it on, so if we go ahead and just hit the button once, I don't know, hopefully yeah, you can see it lit up there. So that just lights up the entire thing, which is cool. And then we can hit it again and it should start flashing. There are 7 different options, and as you hit the buttons, each like little section of here will light up. So there's the first option, second option, third option, fourth option, fifth option, 6th option, which looks like a nice slow like loading screen design, and then some flashing, and then of course 7th is just completely off, so we can go and just turn it back on again. But I think this looks really cool. And if I haven't mentioned, I love this stuff like this. I love the New Generation era, because back when the WWE network first came out, I went back and rewatched all the Raws up through the Attitude era, and my most favorite time of watching them was from the New Generation era. So from when Raw first started in 93 probably up through like 97 was my favorite time watching Raw, and this was their entrance for most of the time, and then like the Sirens music for the opening and stuff. So this brings a lot of good memories watching those Raws. So I love just having this sign, and that you can have the different like flashing options for like different entrances and stuff, but I just love having it lit up here, so that'll be awesome to just sit in the background. And with this set, we also got some figures. So first off, we have Diesel. So Big Daddy Cool Diesel, Kevin Nash. He looks awesome here, all dressed up in his black leather. So he looks really cool. So there's his face, which I think looks pretty good, especially for Diesel. It's obviously not 100%, but it looks pretty good with the long black hair and the little goatee. But he's in the all black leather, so he's got the leather vest on. We went ahead and put it on, and then he's got his ring outfit underneath. So just the singlet with the Diesel on the stomach, and then the black leather pants with the tassels down the side, going all the way into the black boots. And then he's got the single black glove on his right hand, as well as the elbow pad there. So he looks really cool. And these are the ultimates, so they have more movements than like elites and everything, and usually come with a little bit more. So we do have some accessories, but overall I think he looks cool. We can check out his movement. So his head there can twist side to side. It's pretty hard with his hair design, and you can look down that far and up just about that far. So not much movement there. Then we get the shoulders that come up to 90, and they have the butterfly joint there. So big butterfly joint that allows pretty good movements. And of course the shoulder can rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist, the double elbow joint, which this one has the elbow pad, so you're not going to get bend too much there, about 90 degrees, but with the other elbow we can see a little bit more moving there. And then we get the wrist that can twist around and flex back and forth. Then we got the ab crunch in the midsection, so we have the upper crunch, so crunch back and forth and sort of tilt side to side. And then we have the twist all the way around at the waist. Then the hips can come up to about 90 there, so we can do the big boot, and then out to the side that far, a thigh twist all the way around. Double knee joint that bends that far to the back. And then we should have some foot movement. His barely has any movement because the pants legs, so just a little shaking back and forth with a twist as well. And then we have the toe joints on the end of these figures. So he has pretty decent movement, not as much as I would like for like a wrestling figure. You know, feel wrestling figures need to have pretty good movements, but overall it's not bad. Now, as I said, we have some bonus accessories. So first off, we have an additional head. So we have a head with him like yelling or whatever there. I don't like this head nearly as much. Just the face design doesn't look like Kevin Nash at all to me. This actually reminds me of Bradshaw when he was like in the APA, just that face design, so I don't like that much. And he comes with some additional hands, so we get 2 fist hands as well. And we need to switch this gloved hand out so he can be doing his entrance hand up thing. So let's go and switch that out. So there we can have Diesel with his hand up, and that looks pretty cool there. And then we can bring in the old Diesel, the elite version that we have. So there he is, where he has more of the mullet. So this is going to be earlier in his career, probably early 94, where he's got more of the mullet design. But outfit wise, they're pretty much exactly the same and pretty much have most of the same movements. Just the new one has the butterfly joint in the shoulder where these old ones don't. But everything else about him looks pretty similar and not much different, especially outfit wise or anything. So either one aren't bad, but I just like this Diesel just because he has more movements. And along with Diesel, we also got Doink. So Doink looks cool. Now, although I do like this Doink a lot, it's not my favorite version of Doink. Like, I didn't ever like this outfit version. And if you didn't know, Doink was played by multiple people throughout the career, and it first started out as Matt Osborne, and I think that's what this version is supposed to be, because if you look like pictures of him up, this is sort of the Doink outfit he's wearing. And him as Doink was known as the sadistic clown, so he's got more of like the evil face on here. And then he's wearing the Doink jacket, which I don't like too much because it's a fabric jacket, so it's got the design that Doink wears. It just looks way too big and doesn't like fit on him properly, so I don't like that design. But it's got the squirting flower, it's got some button designs on it, has the different color designs on the inside of it, the diamond designs there, and overall it's just, like I said, a nice looking jacket. It just doesn't fit right on this Doink figure, so for me, I'd definitely be taking it off. So there's Doink without the jacket, and you can see him a lot better. So there's overall his outfit design. So it's pretty much just a solid spandex design with some wrestling like tights thrown in, and then the boots and the knee pads and everything. But overall it looks good, but you can also maybe tell it's Matt Bourne. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know all the Doinks like perfectly, but he's got more of the beer gut. At least on this figure, they added the gut onto him, so I feel they're kind of like dissing him there with the beer gut. But overall, I think it looks pretty decent. You know, it does look like Doink and everything, so can't complain too much. So he's got the blue and green outfit, some red stars, the white arm sections that we'll see with other figures as well, red boots, and then of course the clown face, so the all painted up face you can see with the blue and red designs on it, and then the green crazy hair. This time it's got like the straighter sort of hair design, but we'll see some more curly designs. But overall, I like the look of him. I think they did pretty good. And we can do movement, so his head there can twist all the way around. And one thing, if you didn't know about these Doink heads, you can switch the hair out, so you just pull the hair off and switch out the different hairs, so whichever one you'd prefer. But then we get the shoulders that can come up to 90, have the butterfly joint, so don't have as much range as the Diesel did, but still pretty good, and can rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist, the double elbow joint that bends that far, wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. The upper ab crunch section, so crunch back and forth a little bit, not much crunching, and can tilt side to side. And then we get the twist all the way around at the waist. Hips can come up close to 90, out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around. double knee joint that bends that far to the back, a shin twist at the top of the boot, and then the foot can flex back and forth a little, again pretty stiff, and has some tilting side to side with the toe joint on the end. So once again, another good figure, and he comes with some accessories as well. So for Doink, we get some additional heads. So again, he's gonna have different heads and hair design stuff. So here we have a head where he's kind of doing like an old face. So he's got this mouth like going hoo hoo. So he's got that head, as well as one where he's doing a laughing, and you can see these different hair designs as well. So we have 3 different heads with 3 different hair designs, and as I showed, you can switch out the hair. So if you like one head more but one different hair, you can switch those out. So that's always nice. He comes with some additional hands. So we have the opposite hands of what he has there. So we have a grip and a fist for the opposite hands, as well as I said of like flat hands, so he can be doing like the mime trick. And finally, he comes with a mallet as well. I don't remember Doink ever using a mallet like this, but he does come with it, so that we can go ahead and just take and slide it into his hand. So there he's got this big mallet, which is pretty fun, so he can be bonking people on the head with it. So pretty fun that he comes with that, but like I said, I don't remember him ever using it. And with Doink, we can bring in our other elite figures we have. So we have 2 other versions of Doink here. So this is the Doink I always picture. Like when I picture Doink, this is his outfit and everything, I imagine. But then we have like the later style version of Doink where he wore this outfit as well. So we have the 3 different designs of Doink, which is really cool. And like I said, he was played by multiple people, so you could have each one being different. So like I said, originally he was Matt Bourne, then it was Steve Kern for a while, and Ray Apollo. So you could have either of those. Steve Lombardi, the Brooklyn Brawler, was also a Doink at one point. So you could actually have the different versions of Doink there if you want, but all 3 of them look really cool. But I definitely like the Elite just because he comes with more accessories and like face designs. Like I said, this Doink over here has always been my favorite version of Doink. So that is all that came with this new generation arena. A lot of cool stuff. Like I said, we did also unlock the Macho Man that comes with the announcing table and a bunch of accessories for that, but unfortunately it said it would ship out at a later date, so we don't have that. I thought it would be in the box, but after we didn't get it inside the box, I looked it up and it said it would be shipped out separately, so unfortunately we don't have that. But we do have some other things that we can throw in this set. So with these figures and everything, this is made for the WWE Ultimate, so the newer figures they've been making. So we have some other figures we can throw in here of Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels that will fit in this new generation era. So we have those 2, so they fit in here just fine. But as I showed with like the Doinks and Diesels, there's not really that much difference. So you can use Elites just fine with Ultimates. There's not that much different, just some different movement and more accessories as all the Ultimates come with. So you can use some other stuff as well. So we also have like this Vince Elite. So from the newer set, there was the Vince. So we have him, and he's in kind of an outfit that'd be perfect for the announcing table if we had that. And then we also have like a referee, which I feel they didn't dress like this at this point in time. I may just not remember because this is Danny Davis, so he was back in the 80s. So they probably didn't dress in the blue shirts anymore, maybe more of the ref stripes, but again, I don't remember that well. So we have a referee thrown there, and like I said, if we had that Macho Man and all the announcing accessories, we could set it outside with Vince at the table for announcing. But either way, very cool to have all these figures now here together and be able to like set up a diorama. And it does look like the light shut off, so it probably shuts off after so long, but it's definitely my favorite part about this set is having that light entrance as well. So very cool to have the ring, the Ultimate figures, and the lit up entrance as well. I just think that all looks really cool there, especially with the flashing lights. So perfect for a nice Monday Night Raw. So very cool set altogether. I love this. For $250, I feel you got pretty good bang for your buck. I always don't feel with like a lot of things that you have to throw money in and back and then, you know, not know what it exactly is going to turn out as. I think this turned out pretty well. Like I said, the only thing I'm disappointed with is the actual ring design with like the floorboard separation pieces. So I wish there was something so they wouldn't be separating as much when you push down on the ring. But very cool just set overall with awesome figures, awesome display setup possibilities, and just really cool set altogether. So it's going to be fun to set up a little scene with all this stuff included. So very awesome ring just overall in my opinion. But let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. And if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.